Bonjour and welcome back to Walk, Talk and Learn French. We're live in Paris. It's a beautiful day, mais il fait très très froid. It's very cold. But let's see what we've got for you today. Allez, on y va. Regardons ce poster. Sandro est bien embêté de pas en avoir. I'm gonna say that again. Sandro est bien embêté de pas en avoir. Well, I had to stop there too and I had to think, what does this mean? Well, it's all about a memory card for a phone. And Sandro is really annoyed about not having one if you want, one memory card. Now I think in this poster we have two, maybe three points that are really, really nice. So the first one is the word bien. I like the word bien, okay? Now you all know the word bien, but here it's got a special meaning. It's like vraiment. Now you know vraiment, don't you? Oui, really? Oui, huh? So bien here is like really. So he's really annoyed, okay, for not having any, okay? I could say, aujourd'hui, il fait bien froid. Now, I'm sure you're getting that. Il fait froid, il fait bien froid. D'accord? Bien, c'est cool, hein?
Eh oui, il fait bien froid dans les rues de Paris. Mais il fait bien chaud ici dans le studio. Bien is one of those really useful words which you can use in lots of situations, and it tends just to add a little something to what you're saying. At the most basic level, bien means well, or in some situations, good. As Pierre Benoit says, it's used in this poster as a replacement for vraiment, meaning really. Pierre Benoit said, aujourd'hui, il fait bien froid. He could have said, aujourd'hui, il fait vraiment froid. Likewise, if you were describing your French teacher, you could say, il est bien sympa, meaning he really is nice. Or, elle est bien intelligente. She really is clever. It's maybe worth mentioning another use of bien here. Sometimes you need a bit of reassurance when you're speaking a foreign language. You may already know that the phrase avoir raison means to be right. In fact, we'll be covering this expression in a future lesson. For now, just let's consider elle a raison. This means she's right. If you want to check if she is indeed right, you could ask elle a bien raison. This means something like, is she actually right? Or even, she is right, isn't she? Elle a bien raison. So bien can be used to reassure you, or indeed to reassure someone else in this way. Another example of this could be if you want to check that someone is where you expect them to be. For example, if you're on your way to meet someone, you could phone them and ask, tu es bien là? In this situation, you're saying, you're there, aren't you? Tu es bien là? There's loads we could say about bien, but these two situations will hopefully help you extend your vocabulary and range of expression a little.
Point numéro 2. Second point. Embêté goes with être. It comes from the verb être, isn't it? For the third person of singular, for the he. Sandro, it's a boy, okay? So, est embêté is annoyed. Est embêté, de is always following embêté because you've got a verb after it. Here you've got avoir. He's really annoyed about not having any. Être embêté. Now, if Sandro had been Sandra, this being an être verb, what would have happened with embêter? Another E. Did you know that? Yeah? Okay. So if it had been Sandra, Sandra est bien embêtée. It would have been the same way of saying it, but it would have been another E. Okay? So Sandro est bien embêté de pas en avoir. So point one was bien for vraiment, for really, and the expression être embêté de, to feel annoyed, to be annoyed about something. Okay? There's a third point very quickly. It's actually not very good French, it's spoken French, right? There should be a ne before. A ne before. It should be est bien embêté de ne pas en avoir. But when you talk quickly in French, okay, you skip the ne. Okay? I'll give you an example with embêté, with me. Okay? So it's not going to be est, it's going to be je suis. Okay? Je suis bien embêté de ne pas avoir de pull. Je suis bien embêté de ne pas avoir de pull. J'ai froid. I'm really annoyed about not having a pull, a jumper. Ok? Donc c'est assez cool comme ça. Alors, bien, for really, être embêté de plus infinitive. Ok?
Okay, so Pierre Benoit has covered a couple of points there. Let's look at them in a bit more detail. First of all, we already know that adjectives in French normally agree with whoever is being described. So, of course, if Sandro were Sandra, we would see an extra E on the end of embêté. However, this point is perhaps more about the use of the phrase être embêté de, and the fact that to be annoyed about something is être embêté de quelque chose in French. Pierre Benoit gave the example Je suis embêté de ne pas avoir de pull. I'm annoyed about not having a jumper, especially with the temperature at -12 in Paris today. Perhaps he was just trying to show off the Walk, Talk and Learn t-shirts. Anyway, another example could be Stéphanie est embêtée de ne pas pouvoir venir. Stéphanie is annoyed about not being able to come. Or Stéphanie is annoyed that she can't come. A number of other adjectives work like this too. Take the word ravi, which means delighted. So if Stéphanie can come after all, we could use the phrase Stéphanie est ravie de pouvoir venir. Or indeed, if Pierre Benoit had a jumper, he could say Je suis ravi d'avoir un pull aujourd'hui. Pierre Benoit also mentioned that this poster misses out the ne of ne pas avoir. This is very common in spoken French. You'll probably be used to saying Je ne comprends pas, meaning I don't understand, or ça ne va pas, meaning things aren't going well. In spoken French, you can easily drop the ne and say, for example, Je comprends pas, or ça va pas. They still mean exactly the same thing. It's better to include the ne, especially if you're writing in French, but in spoken French it's very common to miss it out. The one point that Pierre Benoit didn't mention is the use of the word en. Of course, in this poster, the en is referring to the memory stick which is being advertised, and these are apparently so cool that Sandro is annoyed that he doesn't have one of them. So, the memory sticks have either been mentioned or they're implied. In fact, there's more information about them at the bottom of the poster. We've mentioned en in other episodes, so we'll leave it there for this explanation. And in fact, we'll leave it there for today and return to Pierre Benoit one last time. And by the looks of things, he's a bit warmer now.
Et voilà, c'est fini, c'est tout pour aujourd'hui. That's it for today. J'espère que ça vous a plu. J'espère que vous avez beaucoup appris. And don't forget to visit our site www.walktalkandlearn.com. À la prochaine. Salut! Woo!
This podcast was brought to you by the Radiolingua Network. Find out more at www.radiolingua.com.